Welcome back. I'm Michael.
I'm bad.
And today's the 6th, the 7th.
Seventh.
I've been writing 6 in my notebook all day
Oh,
for the date. I'm a day behind. Today's the 7th, and we have some things to talk about. So you gotta want to start first?
um, no, you go ahead and start first.
Yeah,
I'm
so
okay.
so I got home today and I'm working on figuring out what my new plan is for this this challenge that I'm going on, the 10,000 pound club challenge. And so my whole history of working out and lifting has been in the hypertrophy space style of lifting. So higher reps, lower weight, kind of more bodybuilding focus. And this new challenge is strength. It's powerlifting is what it is. And that with powerlifting comes an entirely different style of lifting. So I spent a lot of time researching and figuring out how to put together a routine, what works well, what are some focuses to that I need to implement, and the more I researched into it, the more I realized that it was vastly different than what I've been accustomed to doing in the gym. So I got my plan together, but it just goes to show you think you know something until you start digging into it, and then you realize you don't know anything about it. So that's what I came out of today with. That
What's the biggest difference?
biggest difference, I mean, the obvious one that everybody says, the high weight, low reps versus low weight, high reps. That's the obvious one. But then again, or then the other thing is strength is there's a lot of compound lifts, compound movements. So you hit a lot of different muscle groups within the same lift. Where hypertrophy, some of them they do hit you hit bench press, you hit there's a lot of compound lifts in both, but hypertrophy and bodybuilding style training generally focuses on more specialized, less hit muscle groups, whereas strength training is, at least in the powerlifting sport, is focused on what you can do to increase those three lifts, and that's the primary focus of it. So, big differences there. Um, my new routine that I put together has 3 days focused on the bench press, basically all the movements that go into that, and then the other 2 days are
You know any pros out there like chest day, best day
yeah, that's
mentality?
that's it. Except
Literally,
for
literally making everyone excited.
it's compound lifts. The other two are leg day in a way. They're deadlift and squat focus. So I'm gonna give this routine a try for a little bit, and then we'll see how it works for me, or if I need to go seek some professional help with a coach. We'll see what happens. I think I learned a lot in the 4 hours that I spent diving into the research, but I know that I don't know as much as I think I know. So, there's more to learn.
Yeah, that sounds exciting.
Oh yeah.
Mine is not as exciting. Mine is more like it's day 7 of this year, 2025. And it's also day 7 that I've gone completely cold turkey of nicotine. And so I've been on nicotine for the past, like, I don't know, a lot of years. And so every single day, and it's always around this exact same time, which is later at night, towards bedtime. Like, I just go through like this crazy, like, mini panic attack in a sense. Like, nothing's wrong with me, but I feel all the anxiety, and it happens throughout the day. But I know that there's probably other people that have high aspirations, and one of them might be to quit nicotine, and it's rough. It's definitely like the roughest thing, the roughest challenge that I've ever done. I've tried to quit so many times and have gone pretty far, a couple months here and a couple months there. or just the mints and stop like the smoking or vaping, but to fully quit. It's only day 7 and I know it'll get better, but every single day just feels long in the process. And 7 days seems like it's gone by fast, but at the same time it's gone by so slow. And I have my Legend Planner here, and this is what I use to track my progress on everything I do, whether it's bodybuilding or just um, my task for the day. And I have an hourly section in here, and I just watch every 30 minutes. I put something on there in a task, and I feel like I haven't done anything. Honestly, I feel like I just don't like do enough work sometimes, and I don't know if that's just like some of the downside of having like a high expectation for yourself, and then the day goes on, you're like, I'm gonna get so much done today, and then at the end of the day, I look at my hourly tracker and I see that I've been very productive, but it doesn't feel like I've made it as much as I've wanted made it. As one as I'm not as productive as I wanted to be. It feels like that.
Is it like the quality of the tasks that you're getting done? Like maybe busy work?
And I thought about that at first, that it could be just like busy work, but like each one of these is important task. And we talked, what was the hierarchy yesterday we talked about?
The Eisenhower matrix?
Yeah, the Eisenhower matrix.
Urgent, important matrix?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously I try to go for the most important things and the thing that moves the needle the most first. But even then, like those are such monumental tasks that sometimes you have to take them into bite-sized pieces, and those bite-sized pieces just doesn't feel like it's enough sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm in like I don't know, mental fog, I like to focus on the mindless tasks that I know got to get done anyways, and then just the feeling of accomplishment on those tasks sometimes drives me into the motivation to really get into to the other one. And I know motivation is kind of like a made up term in some ways because you're never motivated if you're waiting to be motivated the whole time, but it's also a real thing in that sometimes you get these highs and lows of energy, and sometimes getting those small easy tasks out of the way is enough to push you into a state of flow,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing.
I mean, part of it is just, and I guess this is a good gee whiz thing to talk about just for anybody that is trying to like strive for the best, is sometimes you set such a high goal for yourself, and even though it's only 7 day, it's only the 7th day of this year, but at the same time it feels like I should have been doing more. And I mean, that goes with anything, whether it's weight loss journey where people are just trying to like immediately lose 20 pounds right off the bat, and they're like, it's their first week in the gym. It kind of feels like that. It's like your first week in the gym and you expect to have your first week of a diet, first week of a gym, and like we've all been there that have you know done any type of fitness before. Like you expect results a little bit faster than what actually happens.
Hmm. And a lot of times it's not even that it comes not as fast as you'd like it to. It takes a lot longer than you'd expect it to. So
Yep.
you want it faster than you expect it, and then it actually happens longer than you expect it in a lot of instances.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah. So I know that's happened to me when I'm like training for an event, like whatever it is that we were training for. I set these milestones, and I get to the milestones, and it's months after what I originally set because I set these aggressive timelines to begin with. Just say like, all right, if I stick to this exact 10% or 15% increase per week, then I will be at this point in 6 weeks. And it doesn't always end up that I'm at that in 6 weeks. Sometimes it takes 10, sometimes it takes 12. But what's important is getting to that checkpoint.
Yep.
But yeah.
I think that's important to talk about. normalize talking about as we go through this whole journey, because we are we do have ambitious goals that we're trying to achieve. And sometimes the psychology aspect of it can get you down. Sometimes. I mean, obviously both of us are pretty well in tune that, we know where we're going. It doesn't matter if it takes us longer or not. Like we'll make it. But sometimes you have high expectations for yourself and then it takes a little bit longer than you would have liked. And you have to like realize that that's okay.
Yeah. Well, pretty much sums it up for me.
Yeah.
I thought this was gonna be a short one. I looked down; it's 11 minutes, which is short relative to some of these podcasts I see out here.
Yeah.
Saw one yesterday; it was like 3 hours long.
Was it daily?
I don't think so.
Oh.
Actually, could be. It was Alex Ramosi.
Oh
He
yeah.
puts out stuff frequently, but he had a really long episode on there, and I listened to it. It was good stuff, but it was long.
Yeah. I like listening to him.
Yeah, put that stuff on in the background. Not necessarily the background because I'm paying attention, but things when like I'm driving where I can listen and still do what I got to do at the same time.
That's the goal. Pretty soon everyone's gonna be putting this on in the background while they're driving or working out.
Yeah, that'll be something. But anyways, until then,
Yeah,
or
so
or
that
maybe that's happening right now. I don't know.
could be.
Till then,
You have an extra rep in you. I know you do. I believe it.
mhm, extra rep, extra mile, one more
One
project.
more honk on that dude in front of you that's going too slow. You got it in you. I believe
Yeah, one more bird.
it. Oh, there's the thumb.
There it is.
There it is.
Well, with that being said, that's it for today. Have a good one.
Yep. Till next time.